Well, hello there, how you doing today? We're going to play some BTD5 mobile today on Workshop. We're going to play this one hard, no lives lost. Shouldn't be too hard for us. Let's start off with this little baby engineer right here. He's a nice, easy way to start off. You guys know by now that I am an engineer fiend. I really like to use my engineers as a starter because they are just so freaking amazing. Once you get your 1-0 engineer, they can last you a pretty darn long time, and as well, they're pretty darn accurate, which means you're not going to lose very many lives and not have to use very many road spikes and stuff. Because most of my guides, I try and use the least amount of road spikes possible, but every once in a while, I might have to use their set or two, and I'm totally not expecting something silly to pop up out of nowhere. Also, just keep in mind that as far as farms go, I am going to be using a monkey farmer down there. I'm going to use that special agent because he just soaks up those bananas so nice and easily. Just just eats them like crazy and just get a bunch of money for those nanners. So it's always nice to get those nanners up and not have to deal with pressing that button every single time. Let's not do that. So as far as this level is concerned, like I said, it's easy, but there's a lot of moving parts going on. You really don't even understand what is going on over here. I don't know. Is there gears? Are you going to, like, push the balloons around with the gears? No, it's just a background. Even though it moves, it really doesn't do anything. And there's one way that the balloons come in, and then there's two ways that the balloons leave. Of course, the bottom down there, and then the right side over there next to that big giganto mega gear. It seems like the bottom gear seems to be a little bit easier to pop the balloons once they get down there compared to the one on the right, because the one on the right, they just go kind of in a loopy fashion over the middle gear and then down on the bottom of that huge gear and then go right out there. You can actually see the path. Whereas the other gears down on the bottom there, they kind of loop through those little mini ones with the belt, and then once they get to that last gear on the bottom right side there, they actually do a full loop-de-loop and then go all the way down. So they do like 100, they do like about a 450 degree rotation. What is that? 360? 360, 450. They do a 450 degree turn, I believe. I believe that's what it is. That just seems so weird. Anyways, I do recommend going for a spike factory. In fact, go for 2 spike factories if you can get them. Of course, getting banana farms is nice, but going no lives lost is something that I have to do. So if you don't want to get no lives lost, or you just don't care about it, don't worry about going with those spike factories quite as early as I do, and just get some extra nanners up. That'll help you out in the late game. Again, banana farms are not really required for any of my guides, to be honest. You could probably do exactly what I do, and by the time you get to the end of the game, just build a few less things, and you'll probably be fine. But I feel like going with banana farms is more fun, it's more interesting, it makes you able to do cooler things, and overall it takes more skill usually to go with the banana farms. At least for the early game, it takes more skill. And I think it's just more fun, so that's why I actually do that. I actually went with a lightning wizard, which is something that I don't normally do all the time. A lightning wizard? Why'd you get a lightning wizard, Chris? Well, I got a lightning wizard for those pesky lead balloons that come around 28. I wanted to make sure I had something to pop them. And then I decided, why not just get some lightning up, just as some extra popping power, just because. Now, I could go with the 2-3 boomerang, which would be more popping power than a lightning wizard, but it can't really jump quite as easily. When you got lightning jumping all over the place and we have 2 spike factories already, it's not really about the accuracy, it's just about the overall popping power. And that's why I decided to go with the wizard, especially because he was the cheapest lead popping power that I could get. Next, beyond that, we have this little baby ninja right here. So he's right in the middle. Obviously, you can tell I'm getting overwhelmed just a little baby bit right there. And almost lost some lives, but on level 35 there, because obviously you got rainbows coming out on level 35. Once you know this game, it gets way easier if you know what comes out on every single level. I can tell you most of the problem levels. 24 is a camo. Well, 20s are blacks and whites. 24 is the first camo balloon. 27 is going to be all those yellows and greens and blues, and then you got 28 starts leads. 31s are zebras. 35s are rainbows. I can tell you every single level of what comes out, basically every single level. And me just understanding and knowing all that stuff really gives me a huge edge over some people that don't know what's going to come out. Because I can build my towers to what's going to come out in the next round. I can get a glue gunner on level 28 if I need it, or I can get a cannon on level 28 if I need it. Whereas some people who don't know what's going to come out are going to be like, oh man, level 28, let me just press go. And then all of a sudden you realize, oh crapola, I didn't do that. I didn't get a cannon, or I didn't get any lead popping power, and that could just be terrible. No, we don't want that. Anyways, we're still working on here. We just got, oh yeah, we got to rank up, and now we can get the Apache helicopter. Oh yeah, that's very nice for us. I like the helicopter. He's just kind of fun to use, I think. And you guys know I'm a kind of fun guy. I like to chill, and have some fun. So already 46 coming up fast, which is the Moab. So let's get our cannons up. Let's get ready for those Moab maulers. There's a couple ways you can go about killing Moabs. Actually, to be honest, a 4-2 balloon chipper is your best way to go. But I'm not rank 46 yet, which means I can't use a balloon chipper. So instead, why don't you guys use some Moab maulers? Moab maulers are usually more efficient versus grouped Moabs, but if you got to deal with just one, you do have to spend like $7,000, $8,000 just to be able to deal with that Moab, and not even any extra popping power. Whereas the balloon chipper, he can soak up the Moab, and then on top of that, suck in a couple extra ceramic balloons and do massive damage to these things. So, next, well, what's next on the agenda? Well, we do need more popping power. We obviously don't have that much, so let's just start getting our Super Monkey up. He'll be our extra popping power for now, and then he'll turn into our Moab popping power a little bit later. Obviously, once you get a Roboplasma, which is the best Super Monkey you can get in the game, if you ask me, especially for regular BTD5 mobile, not including late game and stuff like that, go with this Roboplasma, and he will just demolish the balloons. He will just gobble them up. Like, nom, 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 nom. He'll be like a duck trying to eat duckweed. Oh yeah, that's what ducks eat, believe it or not. They eat duckweed. Never would have thought it, right? Never would have thought it. So, round 49 is one of those levels where you got a lot of balloons you gotta pop. And if you got a Plasma, you're gonna be able to take them down. And then, once you already got Plasma Monkey up, you're gonna have a lot of extra popping power over there, plus your Moab Maulers. So, oh yeah, doing just plain orgasmic right now. Also, on top of that, we got our banana farms in the bottom right there. Don't forget about those. I have a lot of money built up down there. But instead of going too crazy with the banana farms, I made sure I had enough popping power first. And that means going for that Roboplasma right there. Make sure you get him up. Feel free to get your Monkey Village up as well, but not quite as important. So I just decided to go, hey, you know what could be fun? Maybe build some helicopters soon. Don't you guys think that would be fun? I think it would be extremely fun to get some helicopters up. So let's do that. Right now he's just on the tap and move mode, which makes it kind of annoying, actually, to be honest. He just moves around and follows me whenever I upgrade my banana farms and stuff like that. But they're just fun. Like I said, they're just fun to use. I like them. And then once we get him up to like an Apache airship or whatever that's called, he's going to be freaking sweet. He can shoot out exploding missiles all the time. He follows the balloons, so you can put him on pursuit mode, and he'll just chase him down and kill everything. So instead of going for 4-2 banana farms, which we could have easily done instead of this little helicopter, I decided to say screw it, guys, and let's get our Monkey Village up pretty darn high, and then maybe even go for... Yeah, could we? Go for an Apache airship? We've done it! Apache airship has just been completed. And that's going to help us out for this BFB as well as all the extra balloons that come out on level 63. Level 63 is a bunch of ceramic balloons. But instead of going just relying all on this Apache airship, because I really don't know how much popping power it has, I should probably get some sort of Arctic wind or something up. So this was an accident, by the way. Let's get this guy up, and let's go all the way for that Arctic wind. There we go. We're going to have to get him up 3 to little ice tower right there, and that's going to obviously help out a bunch. Looks like the Apache airship was able to kill them all, but like barely. So I would have been in for a heap of trouble if it didn't have, it just had a smidge less popping power. I would have been in for some bad news right there. Anyways, hopefully this is fast enough for you guys. I know that this was actually a slower walkthrough than my other videos, so hopefully you don't mind that. I've made it about 13 minutes instead of the other ones were like sped up like 2.1 times. This one sped up like 1.7 times or something like that. And that's just because the gears just look really, really funky if you make them move really, really fast. That's just weird and just kind of weirds me out. And like, if you actually just like stare at the screen and you just watch the gears move, it's like nothing really moves too much except for the gears. The gears are just like spinning round and round and round. And that can get very annoying, or at least just look kind of funky and maybe get you high or something. I don't know. Maybe it could. It's kind of one of those. It's one of those like pictures that like aren't supposed to be moving, but they move to your eyes. The optical illusion pictures. That's kind of what it looks like. They should have put colors on the gears. That would have been kind of cool looking. That would definitely be trippy, man. They could have named this like Hypnotica or something and just like try and hypnotize you with those gears. That would be a cool map, actually, now that I think about it. Like Hypnotica, put one of those like weird like black and white spinny things. That would be a super interesting map, I think, guys. And just have it like spin during the round, believe it or not. That would be awesome. I would love to see that type of map get made. Anyways, we finally have our full economy going down at the bottom there. Again, not really necessary to go for those 4-2 banana farms, but I did it, and I decided let's go fun again. You know, I got my Moab Maulers up, I got my Roboplasma, we're going to be just fine versus most balloons even on round 74 here, including up until probably around 79 or so, we can probably still last, but let's get some more Apache airships. Apache airships are just cool. They're just cool to look at. Like I have them all on touch right now, so just like, my little babies, follow me, swarm, my babies, swarm. I think that's a fun way to think about it. Just my little baby helicopters just swarming on everybody. And as you can tell, the balloons, we can't even really see them. That's how crazy delicious these helicopters are. These Apache airships are. And we got one more to upgrade, and we still do have quite a bit of money, but I'm still trying to save up. Man, oh man, we just don't get enough money today. I guess those guys are really freaking expensive. As far as free play and stuff goes, maybe we'll try a little bit of free play, but nothing too crazy. I don't really like free play that much because it gets kind of boring, kind of really fast, to be honest. And I don't even like building the Temple of the Monkey Gods. And then you just kind of have to sit there and just, oh, let me press the next round. Oh, after I beat it, oh, let me press the next round. Oh, yeah, would you look at that? Boring. We don't like that. So here we go. This is the super unbelievably overpowered tower that I think is crazy ridiculously good. It's the balloon chipper. Sadly enough, I don't have 4th tier upgrades yet, so I'm just using 3rd tier. Kind of getting some experience and stuff, just making sure I'm going to have it unlocked by the time I can actually use it. And then my walkthroughs will get that much better. So I can just 46, like instead of spamming a bunch of Moab Maulers or something, one balloon chipper, done. To level like 52. You can just survive with that one balloon chipper right there. Even probably up to like 55 or so. And then you can just get maybe one more balloon chipper by that time, and it'll be just fine. So anyways, as you can tell, massive amounts of Apache airships just running all over the place over there. It's kind of like they're kind of like humping the Moab Maulers, like, oh yeah, up and down, up and down, up and down. It's just kind of funny, I think. That's because they relax when there's no balloons, like go backwards, and then when there's balloons, they kind of attack. So it's just like up, down, up, down, up, down. Just hump the crap out of them. So round 85 is coming out. Here's the Oh My God. Finally seeing some balloons on the screen and demolished. Completely done. So here we go. We're going to go into free play just for a little bit. Again, I sped this up a little bit more than the other one. As you can tell, you got crap loads of Oh My Gods and stuff coming out. And look at these Apache airships go. I also got a couple of Oh My Gods, and it just kind of looks redonkulous over here with all that Sun God and all that plasma all over the place, as well as my Spectre. Now, Spectres are obviously way more balloon popping power than the Apache airships, but the Apache airships are better better Moab popping power, and that's one thing that I've noticed after just a couple games. Now, it's not a huge difference, but there is a difference. At least from what I've noticed. And again, I've only seen these a couple times. I'm really not a mobile expert. I really don't use Apache airships all the time. In fact, this is probably the 2nd or 3rd game that I've ever used them in my entire life. And look at that. They're all funny over there. All attacking the balloons that are coming out of that balloon chipper right there. Anyways, we're coming up to the end of this video. So as always, if you guys wanted to press that little like button for me, that would be much, much appreciated. If you have any suggestions for me, hey, throw them down there in the description. I'll read them all. I try and read all the comments for you guys. That's all I'm going to have for you guys today. Thanks for watching, and have a super fantastic day.